What's going on, everyone? Hey, we're back again tonight for Youth Night. It's another one. We got a special segment tonight with two of our former students. We got DJ Molina and we got Jeremiah Cooley. Here's the thing about these guys. They were in our youth ministry last year. They did their thing, and now they went off to college. But tonight's going to be a little different. It's not going to be me preaching. It's going to be them sharing about life, about faith, and about what it takes to be a college athlete. But more importantly, just their experiences up to now, because it's life after youth. They're not here every Wednesday learning anymore. They're not here every Wednesday getting what they can. They're out in college. They're over there working. They're over there studying. They're over there living their life now. So let's just ask them. Okay, DJ, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
I'm DJ Molina. I've lived in Big Spring all my life. I graduated Big Spring High School last year, class of 2019. Shout out. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. I run track at Hardin-Simmons University.
What about you, Jeremiah?
I'm Jeremiah Cooley. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, but I moved here when I was 6, and I've been here ever since. Graduated last year also, and I'm currently attending UTVB and I play football.
Awesome. All right, so we just want to ask you a couple quick questions about life after football. But first, I want to ask y'all a quick question. DJ, how'd you grow up, man? How'd you grow up? How was your life growing up?
My life I would say that I was in a very stable and successful home. My parents have literally done everything that they can for me and my brother, and we've been very blessed, and I'm very fortunate and blessed to have them, and it's been great. And so,
how about you, Jeremiah?
For me, growing up was kind of hard because I lived in a single-parent household, and it was me and my 6 other siblings and my grandmother. And my mom was taking care of all of us, and it wasn't really too stable, but at times it was stable. But there was times where we didn't know if we were gonna get kicked out of a house or have to move somewhere else, or even have food on the table. So it was kind of difficult at times.
Okay. So we got two different people growing up, two different aspects of growing up. We got DJ, who he was he said he was blessed. We got Jeremiah that had it a little different, but they're on this same path right now where they're both college athletes. They're both getting a great education. They're both doing it. Tell us about what you run or what you do, DJ.
I run track. But anyways, I run the 100, the 200, and the sprint relay.
Okay. And Jeremiah, what do you play? What do you do?
I'm a wide receiver, and I do a little bit of special teams also.
All right, dope. So look, I got a couple quick questions for y'all, right? I want the youth kids, I want your friends, I want people that are around that are they see y'all in college, they see y'all doing the college thing, but I want them to see what it takes to, with your faith, with your connection with God, because at the end of the day, God is the one that sustains you while you're doing all that stuff. God is the one that's with you during all these circumstances and all these situations, especially college. You're not here with us anymore. You're not here asking Pastor Matt, hey, I got this question about life, or hey, y'all can call me, text me, but it happens very likely because y'all are living y'all's life, and I understand. But I want to ask y'all a couple of questions so y'all can answer and share with the other students that are watching tonight, some of your friends that may be watching tonight, and y'all just share with them your heart, all right? My first question is this, or my second question is this, because we already talked about it. Tell us a little bit about yourself. The second question is this: how did you get ready for this season of your life? Start with Jeremiah.
Really just a lot of prayer. Before I left, or as the night I was walking the stage, as soon as I got across, and I was stuff's getting real. I'm about to go to college. I'm about to be a freshman. I'm about to be out on my own. I'm not gonna get spoon fed. I gotta pick up the spoon and feed myself. I gotta go do this by myself. So I don't know. For a little bit, I was struggling, but I just kept on praying every night. And that's how I kind of got myself ready, just through prayer and just talking to God, and He was just talking back to me.
Okay. What about you, D?
I would say the same thing as Jeremiah. It was a lot of prayer and preparation. You got to get yourself mentally ready for what you're about to go through, and just be ready for anything that happens. You got to basically grow up in a matter of a couple months, two months before you head off to college, and so just being ready mentally and being ready mentally.
How different was it not living with your parents no more? Like that's the biggest thing I got. Like living with with your big brother. Like how different was it? I mean, y'all out there alone. Y'all doing y'all's thing. Y'all got friends or whatever. I mean, so how's it like? How's your social life out there?
For me, I mean, I didn't really interact with too many people other than like some people from the football team and people that be in like the tutoring center and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say that my social life out there is like more than it was here. And like even here, it wasn't like that big. Like I pretty much just go to practice, go to class, go to the tutoring center, and just go right back to my room. Like I just stay in there the whole time. It's kind of different because I'm having to learn how to manage my own time. Like I don't have someone waking me up and be like, hey bro, wake up. Like you gotta wake up at this time, or hey, you need to go to sleep at this time. Like DJ said, you gotta grow up in a matter of a couple of months. So like you can't really, for a 6 a.m. practice, you can't be staying up to like 1 or 2 in the morning. You gotta go to sleep at a decent hour, like 9:30, 10, something like that. Get all your work done, stay on top of all your stuff.
All right. What about you?
Yeah, like for me, I'm a very like outgoing person, and I like to interact with a lot of people, and so I just started like talking to random people, and then of course I have the guys on my track team, and like they're really cool. You make some great friends in college. Like it feels like you've known them forever once you spend like 3 or 4 months with them already, and like you really do make some good friends. And really for me, I keep myself busy because like I said, I was always with my family, and my family's very close, and we do everything together, and it's just keeping myself busy a lot, going to the gym, I mean track workouts, your work. You really have to be disciplined whenever you go, because if not, you can fall behind on work and a lot of stuff really quick. So
since we're talking about work, like how's y'all study time? How's you know how in high school it's different work. It's whole different work. They prepare you for like at the very end of your senior season, they prepare you for the work, but it's nothing compared to what you're going to go over there when you get like you get slapped in the face and you're like, hey, all this work. Hey, I need this essay done. Hey, I need this book report done. So like, how's your studying going? Like, how's all that going? Because I know that's such a big part. Sports is one thing, but education is what literally like you're there for. So tell me about that.
For me, they actually have like our study time more controlled, and we have to be in there with the coaches. We have to get 6 hours of study hall a week. And this second semester, they changed it to where you have to get an hour a day like with the coaches in there to make sure we're getting our stuff done and staying on top of our work. And it's really going back to the time management thing. You just gotta know how much homework you have that day, and for what classes and when your deadlines are, and you just can't slack off, because if you slack off, it's just gonna pile up and you're just gonna get yourself in a hole that you can't really get out of until late. And then if you do, you're more than likely gonna fail.
I say the same thing. Like I said, you really got to be disciplined, and you, like Jeremiah said, you have to know how much work you have that day. You got to plan ahead. Like the night before, I would always plan ahead and like, okay, what am I doing tomorrow? How am I going to do my work and fit in practice and all this, and just everything in between. It comes with a lot of discipline, and I mean we have tutors and everything. We have access to all that, so that's really great too, and definitely take advantage of those tutors if you need to.
Yes, take advantage of the tutors.
Because they're there for a reason. So.
That's awesome. And the reason I'm talking about studying is because I want the kids to know too, like, hey, you're gonna go off to college. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. You're gonna meet new friends, but at the same time, like studying is while you're there. You want to chase a degree as much as y'all are chasing y'all's dreams, running track and playing football. Y'all also chasing that degree. Y'all want a degree to put up on your wall and say, hey, I'm not just here for sports or for to look flashy. I'm here to get this education and grind and make sure that I leave with something that I can show for. And I've been, I watch y'all, I keep up with y'all, I text y'all, and y'all always tell me, hey, I'm studying. I was like, all right, great. And that's one of the things I really started admiring about y'all the most, is that every time I called y'all were really studying. Y'all weren't messing around, y'all weren't jacking around, y'all were studying, and that's what I'm proud of, man. As a youth pastor, y'all going to college and stuff like that. Of course, I was worried about all 18 of y'all that graduated last year. Like, seriously. But, the ones I'm worried about the most are my college students, because this is a whole new season for y'all. This is a whole new, I don't want to say it's not stressful, but it's going to show you what you're made of. It's going to show you how disciplined you are, like y'all said. And also, more than that, it's going to show you, hey, do I really want this? Do I want a degree? Do I want this? Or am I just here for whatever reason, right? All right, so I got another question. Question number 4. Now that y'all are out of youth, dating is something that may pop up, even hanging with friends of the opposite sex. How do you balance that or prioritize everything with that? Because here's the thing. Y'all know when we were in youth, I told y'all don't date unless, you absolutely have to. but that was like a no.
Have to.
There's not a have to. That's exactly why I
Yeah,
always said that.
have
Yeah, so exactly. But the reason I'm saying is like, dating was like, I always encourage y'all date with a purpose. Don't date just to date anybody. So like, now in college, now that you're more grown and stuff like that, I know y'all going to be, of course, looking around, seeing, like what we always say, like there's potential in people and like, in each and every one of us. So like, how's that for y'all? Like, how do y'all balance that, or how do y'all stay away from that, or how do y'all like welcome that? You know what I'm saying?
Me personally, honestly, like you said, I'm up there for 2 reasons, or 3 reasons actually: to get my degree, play football, and to like do something for my family. Really, girls and like stuff like that. That's really not number one on my agenda. Like, I don't really make that a priority. I really try to keep that like to the side. Like, if someone shows interest in me, then hey, maybe like when I get done with what I'm doing, then maybe. But I wouldn't just. That's not my main focus. I'm trying to study, play football. Like I said, do something for my family. I don't really pay too much attention to that. And when you get to college, you'll realize like maybe freshmen and like some sophomores, they'll just be dating just to date. But like the upperclassmen, like more than likely they're like 22, 23, like they're dating to find that one. They're at the age to where they want to start families, or some people are at the age to they want to start families. So they're not just gonna like if you're gonna like talk to them and just mess around, they're not gonna be with all that childish stuff. They're gonna tell you to grow up and get out of their face.
Yep. And like Jeremiah said, you definitely can't make that a priority of yours. That's not why I'm at Hardin-Simmons. I'm going to Hardin-Simmons to get my degree and to put my future family in the best position to be successful whenever I have them. And so just getting ready for them and getting ready for myself to go out in the world and have my job and just be stable and successful. And I would say it's definitely okay to have friends and like just have people that you hang out with too. I mean, if it's a girl or something, that's fine too, but definitely set boundaries and don't lower your standards for anybody. You should never always know your worth, and just main thing, set boundaries, because nowadays people don't set boundaries, and it's time to, especially in college at this stage, you need to grow up and set boundaries for yourself. So
That's good. I got my next question. So now that y'all in college, how much time do y'all have to spend with God? How much like do y'all put away for that? Because I know here we learned that your personal devotion is your walk with God. Every time every day is a personal way to grow with God. Like you have an opportunity to wake up in the morning, thank God. Go to sleep at night, thank God. Read for an hour, read for 30 minutes, read for 20. How is it in college now?
It's definitely a little bit harder, because whereas in last year in high school, like I could get out of practice, shower, eat, read my Bible for an hour and a half if I wanted to. But now, since I have like so much going on, I spend about 30, 45 minutes just either reading or just sitting there listening to music and just laying on my bed, like with the lights off and the TV off, and just laying there, just asking God to just talk to me. And I'm just sitting there listening, just like searching for Him. But yeah, I'll usually do that after study hall, because we get out around 8-ish, kind of around that area. So by that time, I'll like eat like a quick dinner and just go to my room, pray, read my Bible, sit there for 30 minutes and just laying there, just chilling.
So you just chill, meditate.
Yeah.
Just get away from everything. See, and that's the thing about it. Is like, sometimes we overcomplicate our walk with God, and we do some crazy stuff. Like, we think that we got to be sitting there and you got to hear the Shandala Baba of God. Like, there's going to be a light from heaven coming down. It's going to slap you in the face, whatever. But sometimes that ain't that. It's literally getting away from everything that happened in your day, sitting there and just putting all your attention on God. Even if it's just in a dark room listening to music. It don't have to be this whole big old Bible study. Y'all know I got to read my Bible and I just get deep in it because I'm a youth pastor. But y'all are a different breed. But the thing is that y'all are still trying to grow. I was like, I know Jeremiah, I know you message me from time to time, like, hey, I need something to read. And I'm like, all right, I'll send you something. I said, most of the time I'm like, but what I encourage you to do, hey man,
you gotta look for yourself.
You're going to have to sit down and get that personal devotion rhythm going. Why? Because now you're out of here, and it's like, 2-3 years from now, you might not text me. You might be sitting there at home by yourself like, what do I read? So the way you do it, you start now. But I'm proud of you, man, because you still reach out to me. That's what's up, literally. I mean, you never forget your youth pass. That's what's up. What about you, D? How's your devotional time? How's your prayer time?
For me, I've always been taught to like start my day with God and end it with God, and so that's what I always do. First thing in the morning, I'll get up probably an hour before I'm supposed to, and I'll listen to music or read my Bible or just sit there and just thank God for everything that He's given me, and just that's what I do at night too, especially at night after a long day of track practice or just anything really after studying, and that's mainly what I do is just sit in the presence of God and ask Him to talk to me, and like I said, read the Bible, and like I said, you're not gonna have as much time as you have here at home. You really gotta take it serious and be disciplined with that as well.
Well, I don't ever go to sleep without praying or reading my Bible. I don't know. I just if I do that, I feel like I can't sleep. Like I don't know. It's just weird to me. I can't go to sleep without doing that.
Y'all gonna have to speak up because the camera right there, all right? So y'all speak up. It's pop. Everyone's like, I don't know. Nah. But here's the next question, all right? Number 5, this is my question. This is like a really intense question for y'all. How is it being away from your family and your friends that you made here? Or from your home church? Because I know that I hear from y'all. I mean, DJ comes down pretty often. He just can't stay away sometimes, man. But, I know. But then at the same time,
Mama's
but at the same time, check this out. Like, how hard is it being away from home?
Man, it's tough. Honestly, being an hour away, like even though it's an hour away and like an hour is nothing, like it feels like I'm like 1,000, like on the other side of the country sometimes. 'Cause, like honestly, your faith is gonna get tested when you go to college because there's gonna be so much going on, and you're gonna start questioning things. And I don't know, like for me, I honestly I lost faith for like a little bit, for about like a good month and a half. And there was like, we have church on Monday nights, and I was just consecutively missing Sundays, and just staying in my room, like not doing anything, just sitting there by myself, because I just felt so alone. And I felt like I couldn't call anyone because they would be like, oh bro, you're only an hour away, like that's nothing, we can just come see you. But I just felt, I guess in my mind I was overcomplicating it, and it was just more than that. I just thought it was more than that. And there's like a football trip we took to Nebraska to play a team in Nebraska. And I think this is like when it really hit me and I like really turned things around. We were sitting in the restaurant, everyone was eating. And like I just looked around, like I'm sitting by myself, I just look around and I see like everybody just sitting around there like laughing. And like I said, I didn't really mess with anyone like too much. I just kind of kept to myself unless they talked to me and I talked to them back, but I wouldn't go out of my way to just talk to anybody. So I was just sitting there and I was looking around, and out of nowhere I just broke down. Like I just stopped eating, put my phone in my pocket, walked back to the room, and I was just in tears. I don't know why. Like I just couldn't stop crying, and I was just sitting there on the bed, just sitting there, tears coming out of my face, and I was like. I was just asking God, I was like, why do I feel so alone? Like, why do I feel so alone? Like, I shouldn't feel like this. Like, I got all my teammates in here. They said, like, if I ever need anything, just talk to them. But I was still just sitting on the bed, just bawling my eyes out. Felt like I was no one. Felt like I was no one. And I didn't have anything. I didn't have anybody, and I couldn't talk to anybody. But then the next day, it was like right before the game, I was sitting there praying, and I was still feeling the same way. And I don't know. I was just sitting there talking to God, and like I could just hear like a voice in my head. It was like, "Why are you feeling like this? Like you're not alone." And I was like, "What?" And I like opened my eyes because I had my eyes closed, and I opened my eyes, looked out the window, and I was like, "No, I still feel the same." And I closed my eyes again, and I was like, "Listen, like you are not alone. You have all these people here around you. You have your family back home. Call somebody. Tell somebody how you're feeling." Like I didn't end up calling anybody. I just sat there and I kept praying, and then it was like right before the game started. I was like, you know what? Like I'm not alone. All these people here, like they're gonna help me. Like they've been in college longer than I have. They've been away from their families, and their families are even further away from them. And I just kept thinking to myself, out there, someone out there has it worse than you have it. So like, pick your head up, talk to God, pray about it, and just shake it off. You got this, let's go. And so from that point, I just turned around. Like I wasn't really depressed anymore. I started interacting with people and started like being more outgoing instead of just sulking in my room, basically.
What about you, D?
For me, it's a little bit of the opposite. I like to interact with a lot of people, and like I like to get to know new people. And so once I got there for my first week, we have this thing. It's called Stampede, and it's just freshmen only on campus, and like you hang out with each other for a whole week, and it's just y'all. So you get to meet everybody new and like just see what they're studying, see if they're studying the same thing as you, and just make new friends. And that's really how I just got over the fact that like I'm by myself. And even then, I was just, I knew I wasn't by myself because these kids, they're doing the same thing that I'm doing. They're all freshmen. They all moved away from home. We're all in the same boat, and that's what even makes it more special. Is that bond that you're going through the same thing. And it makes it easier knowing that they're doing the same thing and that y'all could get through it together. And so that was my main thing. I would just, we'd go out to eat or we'd go to the trampoline park, just staying busy because we all knew what we were going through, and it was hard. It really was at first, but that's how I got over all of that. The feeling of being alone, I guess you could say, and being away from my parents and everybody.
So y'all had 2 different seasons this year. Jeremiah had a pretty great season. He even had on ESPN2. He had a crazy catch, drug his feet, everything, a crazy catch. I mean, if I can find that video, we're gonna play it on here for a second. But the thing about it was y'all had 2 different seasons. I know Jeremiah had a great season. He played his whole season through. But DJ we know that your season got kind of short. Man, everything with coronavirus, everything with the COVID thing. It kind of cut everything short for a little bit. Tell us about that, man. Tell us how you feel about that.
It was definitely hard because I knew that we were going to win conference, and in college, that's the biggest thing you can do is win your conference. It's like winning state in high school, and it was definitely hard. It just, to me, it felt like everything I had worked for my freshman year, through all the training, everything, and it just felt like. Honestly, like it was all for nothing, and I was mad because all this happened. But then again, I'm not gonna let my freshman season define my team or myself as a runner, and I'm just gonna use it as motivation to bounce back even stronger and faster for next year. And so I'm really ready for next year. I know it's gonna be great. So.
How do you think your season went, man? How'd you like your season, Jeremiah?
Mine was alright. I mean, I wish it would have been better, but I'm only a freshman, so like when I went in, I was expecting like way more playing time than what I got, and it really opened my eyes. Like there's people out there that are better than you, and they've been there longer than you, so you're not gonna get what you want right away. So I mean, I was kind of mad at first, but I just accepted it, and then I just played my part. Like, everyone has a role on the team. You just gotta play a role and hope for a bigger role.
And the thing about it is that both of y'all, since y'all were freshmen, y'all are learning. But at the same time, you got to understand, instead of trying to so much as compete with someone, you learn from them. Because the sophomores and juniors and even the seniors that are at y'all schools right now, they're about to leave in a couple of years. The seniors y'all had this year, y'all ain't going to see them anymore. They're going to move on to either a better college, an opportunity to go to the NFL or something like that, or even just to go into their career fields. So it's never a competition. It's always about who works harder, but who can work together the best too. Especially y'all, like, I know I'm not in college and stuff like that, but that's just with anybody in general. I mean, that's my experience, is that sometimes we're too busy trying to compete with other people instead of trying to learn from them. What can I get from these people in my life? What can you get, Jeremiah, from some of those people that were on that field?
The biggest thing I got was like they were telling me don't slack off, and, do what the coaches tell you. I mean, because the coaches, they're gonna be like hard on you at times, and like they're gonna seem like they're just gonna seem like they're doing too much at times, but it's all because like they're trying to get the potential out of you. Like you're there for a reason. They know what you can be, and you don't see it yet. So they're just trying to find ways to get it out of you.
They're trying to pull out your potential. They're trying to grind all that crap off. They're trying to grind your corners. They're trying to make you the best you can be. And I think that's the thing that a lot of young people don't know, is that they don't like authority. young people right now in this age, they don't like authority. They don't like anything like that. They don't like having to submit to someone because they think, hey, well, who are you to tell me? But they don't understand that this is to make you better. So, like in the long run, like this is all to make you better. I got one more question for you. And this is the last question we're going to talk about, just so y'all can just give a couple pointers to the kids and stuff that are watching, some of your college athletes friends, some of these kids that want to go do college next and stuff like that. So what's some advice you have for our students in high school about to graduate that may be going to college or may not want to go to college because they think they can't? So give them some encouragement, y'all. Like, I'll give y'all each couple minutes to see do what you.
Honestly, college is not for everyone. I've seen so many people in my classes. In the first semester, I would just talk to them like, "Hey, how you liking the class?" And be like, "This, I'm not doing this next semester." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, "I ain't coming back." I was like, "I ain't coming back." I mean, at least no one's gonna be mad at you if you go and give it a try. Like, if you go and give it a try and give it your best and you still don't like it, then hey, find something else that you like to do. I mean, can't no one be mad at you for doing what you want. Like, you're legal now. You're an adult. You make your own decisions. So don't let anything stop you or hold you back. Especially if it's like financially, like they have, like
That's a big thing too. Financial.
yeah, that is a huge thing. I mean, like the loans and stuff. I'm not using the loans. But, I mean, you can always pay it back. And I don't know why I'm talking about
What your mom trying to say? Look,
okay, I'm sorry. I'm on full scholarship. I don't know nothing about the loans. I don't take one out, and I don't plan on taking one out. But there's people in there. There's people around there that'll help you, like financially.
Yeah.
Wherever you're at, there's gonna be stuff you can do. You can get on-campus jobs. You can get an actual job. You can be a part-time student. There's a lot of ways that you can make do in college. Yeah.
I would say, like Jeremiah said, college isn't for everybody. Those classes are not like high school classes. They're tough, and you got to be self-disciplined because those professors, they could care less if you go to class or not.
They still getting paid.
They're getting paid regardless. So you really have to discipline yourself and take it serious. And also, if you are choosing college, like choose somewhere that is going to better you as a person and is going to put you in the best position to be successful in your future. You're not just going there. Don't go there because, oh, my friend's going there, or because it's a party school, or if that's all you're thinking. You're not there to party. You're there to get your education, and that should be the number one thing on your mind.
Honestly, you gotta choose somewhere that makes you uncomfortable. Because if you go where you're comfortable, you're never gonna grow. It's like you grow the most when you're uncomfortable. Like when you're on when you're like not on solid ground, you're gonna figure out a way to get to solid ground. So I feel like you're just gonna progress more.
Makes you grow up faster.
All right.
Way faster.
This is the last question for me. Do y'all miss youth? Do y'all miss the church? What do y'all?
Do I?
Yes.
Well, honestly, oof. I had something to do on Wednesday nights. Now on Wednesday nights about the time that youth is gonna be there, I'm like, all right, I just ate dinner. I'm gonna go ahead and get on this game real quick, and I stay on the game till I gotta go to sleep, and that's it. I don't do much else.
See, and here's the thing I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all got a bunch of kids in here that even though y'all are gone, still look up to y'all. So never stop working. Never stop being your best.
Look up to me.
Oh Lord, yeah,
I'm
I'm
6'3".
tall. Yeah, whatever.
I'm 6'3".
But y'all got a lot of influence, not only on our students, but your friends and people around y'all. So I'm gonna encourage both of y'all right now is that when you go back to school after the summer happens, you work hard this whole summer, grind in your sport, grind in your trade. Because this is the thing, y'all right. This college ain't for everyone. There's some people out there making bucos of money being a welder. They're going out there and being nurses and stuff like that, and they're just sticking to just regular, like they're going further in education, but they're like, hey, I'm gonna stay here and that's it. Like, and then there's other things like oil field workers make a lot of money, truck drivers make a lot of money. It's just whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Like people like their way of working. I said there's people that go into plumbing. It's different. So remember, y'all got influence on all these students. Everything y'all do, you got influence on your co-teammates, and the thing about it is that you got to understand is that y'all are not just another person in that college. You're there to make a difference. So I want to encourage y'all with that because y'all go back, grind hard, work hard, do what y'all are called to do, but know that, at the end of the day, y'all are called to do something greater. Like, honestly, I still believe that Jeremiah's going to go to the NFL. I really do. And he got to work hard. He's got to have faith in God. And that's the whole thing we want to give y'all tonight is that have faith in God, trust in God. have practical things. These guys are here sharing practical things, but most importantly, that you have to have a walk with God, because you got to get the way you get through everything. I mean, Jeremiah came back to God whenever he was going through that dark part of his life while away at college. A lot of people may not know about him, but he did it. And guess what? Now he's here. He's chilling back at home, and he's encouraging y'all. So we love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, hearing from these two great guys. DJ, thank you for coming and talking with us. Jeremiah, thanks for coming and talking. And thanks for repping y'all's college. It's really great, man. All right? Love y'all.
Only came.